Hey there, boys and girls. I just need to set the camera for Mr. Bakery. Oh, there we got you on screen. You look handsome as usual, just as I remember you from the DreamHack Bucharest. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, wait, I think I have to do it with the volume. If anything's wrong with the sound, guys, on the stream, just tell me. If he's too quiet, if I'm too loud, I think it should be just good as it is right now. Anyway, I think we have a draft already, so let's just hop directly in game number 1. I just need to make it happen on OBS. And that is at the moment something that does not really work for some reason. Now it works. Oh, finally. So as mentioned already, we are following the team well met. The bracket is available, guys. Just exclamation mark bracket in the chat and you can see it. Or you just go directly to the Gosu.cup site, obviously. Well met is one of the favorite teams. Yesterday they dropped out, I think, in the semis or a tiny bit before. I'm not even sure. Either way, the bottom line of yesterday of the qualifier number 3 was that LDLC, they actually qualified. And today, of course, we don't even have that many teams. I was looking forward to the team, for example, of Nihilum, which is coming into the Heroes of the Storm scene, but apparently they missed their check-in. So too bad. I guess we're gonna see them in qualifier number 5 or 6. Let's see. Fahrenheit 451 or 451, I don't know what's shorter to say, is the first enemy we go against. So, do you know them?
I've actually never seen them, ever.
Okay, so we have to actually look into the roster if there's anything familiar. I'm checking them at the moment on the Gosu.cup site, but nope, there's not a single name that is reminding me of someone. But then again, we had in the other qualifiers like some up and coming teams that suddenly beat those teams we knew already for months, maybe even a year. So I'm always looking forward to it. Then again, well, the favorite is definitely well met. Let's see what we get. A Zeratul being banned out and the Illidan. That's something unusual because I don't know if you watched yesterday, but we had pretty much every single game was Vikings banned out as well as Sagara. Every map was Cursed Hollow except for one. And I think the only change we had, the only small surprise was one Illidan ban instead of Vikings. And then in that game the Vikings was picked. That is pretty much the bottom line of yesterday. I have to say pretty much boring, but the teams, they draft that way, so I can't do anything.
That is very boring, actually. I agree. What isn't boring is Sylvanas' first pick.
Sylvanas' first pick is yeah, I forgot to mention that yesterday we also had like the first pick was always Sylvanas and the answer was always Jaina plus X, or like if they didn't go for the first pick Sylvanas, we had a Sylvanas Vala combination versus Jaina and Uther. That was also almost every single game we had. So I don't know. Today I'm really hoping for some change.
I'm afraid we're not going to see change as we see Lost Vikings Jaina from well met.
Yep. Vikings, I mean the Vikings not being banned out means we're gonna get them. Jaina as the answer directly, and well, Uther Vala is now my guess. If really everything goes like yesterday, then this is something that has to come, unless of course Fahrenheit 451 is somehow going a different route, but I kinda doubt it. Malfurion we get instead, okay, that's interesting, but the Vala, I think you don't get around the Vala.
No, I'm definitely expecting Vala here as well.
Yeah, you just want to have those two assassins, or one specialist, one assassin. Then on the other side, obviously take the Malfurion. What do you think? Is that indicating what kind of tank do we see?
So they're looking to do a sustained fight, I imagine. That's quite good into Vikings specifically, because obviously Vikings got a lot of AoE damage. They drawn out fights with their invulnerability frames and their ultimate, and Mouth really does help to counter that. The interesting thing though is it doesn't work particularly well in Cursed Hollow, because if you're sustained fighting over a tribute and the Vikings are soaking, it's really not good for the team that doesn't have the Vikings.
Yep, that's true. Especially on such a big map, Vikings makes a lot of things like happen when it comes to experience. And also another interesting thing, we don't get a tank, we don't get the Vala, so against all odds, we get the Sagara. Yesterday, every time banned, not a single time picked for the obvious reason. So today we get her. Yesterday, we only had the chance to talk about her in theory because Zagara, well, she's strong at the beginning. I mean, Jesus Christ, like the first 5 minutes of the game, she dishes out so much damage. It feels kind of like not proportional to what she should do. But late game, if you drag the game on and on and on, like let's say we hit beyond the level 20 mark, for example, 15-20 minutes into the game, she's fallen off in comparison to other heroes.
Yeah, personally, I think Zagar is awful. I'm not quite sure why Team prioritise her so highly. But as we can see here, we're actually quite thrown off by the picks from Fahrenheit, taking a lot of their bonus pool to make those picks.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see these picks because none of them I really expected. I mean, that the ETC is coming out on one side, that's fine. That's completely fine with me. Now a Tacita coming out, which means we're gonna have one more healing slot for Well Met. And since the Malfurion is out, I don't think they go for Malfurion Uther combination. So the Uther is actually something they could go for. I'm just not sure if Vikings, Jaina, plus of course the ETC and a tiny bit Tacita is enough damage on Well Met's side. But we have to see about this. What do you think is coming for Fahrenheit? Tyrande Diablo combination?
That would be the optimal pick. We do see the Diablo coming out here.
And now a Tyrande? I mean, that wouldn't be bad. Like, getting the Hunter's Mark, some damage as well, plus a secondary heal.
Yep, I definitely agree. I think that would be the best pick here. We could also see Valor, that's a possibility. A second healer, maybe.
A second healer and then Sylvanas and Zagara as the only damage source. I think that cuts it a bit short. I mean, in comparison to what Well Met has, then, because if you really just rely on Zagara and the Sylvanas for damage, sure, the push is definitely nice, but I'm not really sure if that's enough sustained damage in fights. Zagara's running pretty fast. I don't know, relying on more Apocalypse combinations or something like that, some Wombo style. I just don't see it really happening, especially not on the other side if they pick a full-time support. I mean, the Uther is still there. Uther Tacita combination would be nice. The Rega, I guess, would also work.
Yeah.
Do some guessing. You're the pro player. You have to give me the insights. I'm the noob caster.
Well,
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I don't want to predict what's correct because I know that Fahrenheit won't pick it, as they've shown so far. The trash talk coming out, but I 100% think Tyrande is the right pick here. It's just for some reason I don't think they'll go for it.
Well, they only have 30 seconds time. The draft didn't bug out or anything, so they're actually thinking about what's happening here. So I'm really curious what's gonna happen. I still say Tyrande would be a nice thing, but they're gonna secure the Uther just in case Well Met would go for the Uther. I think the Uther would make a nice hero on Well Met's side, but well, they're not gonna get it now, which means they have to go for full support. I don't think they run like a Tacita only support lineup. That would be a bit too crazy.
No, I think that would be atrocious, actually. Vega or Brightwing here. Both work quite well. Yeah, both work fine. So, Brightwing it is.
Brightwing. Okay. I didn't think of I don't know why I ignore Brightwing all the time. I don't know. I'm really unfair to this hero. But every time I just think about, I don't know, Malfurion, Uther, and Brightwing, and somehow it's just not coming through. Anyway, I get invited into the lobby, so that's a pretty cool thing. And I'd invite you. Okay, never mind. Someone already invited you. That's perfect.
Nope, I joined. I'm quick on the joining.
Good. So anyway, let's hop into this lobby. Swap in my overlays, and I also have to update the teams, and that's always like a complicated thing on Heroes of the Storm because Jesus, with this not really ready interface or the client and the limited observer slots, it's so complicated. But let's see, we're gonna have Well Met on the blue side, so actually my overlay is already correct. That's perfect. Oh, see, now they ask me if Bakery is a caster. Everybody's wondering.
Yeah, I've retired from fair play.
Yep. I'm sorry, guys. I have to disappoint you. Bakery is out of SK Gaming and is now a professional caster. No, it's actually not like this. By the way, I didn't even tell the people why you are here. I mean, yesterday I had Thatcher, but first of all, I was looking for a new co-caster today. Thatcher was in theory available again today, but like the problem is we have other languages. You can watch this in French, in Spanish, in Portuguese, in German, in Russian, even on 2 Russian streams. And well, for that we need a clean feed, and Bakery is also the one who is providing today the clean feed. He's doing nice, dedicated observer camera work while he's co-casting, so that's pretty much what you see on the other streams. And let's see how this goes. And that's why I love it. Not to mention that I always love to have like some professional player insight on my games. I can also read the chat a bit. I heard Bakery is a noob. I don't know. Okay, the chat already loves you. Snitch is there as well.
Who said I'm a noob?
Vipelino is there. He's from isn't he from LDFC?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. So see, there we go. It's like the flames are real already. Friend. Anyway, oh, we are ready. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Anyway, Bakery, how often did you cast before already?
I haven't actually done any casting, as far as I know.
Okay.
Or remember. So, let's hope I don't suck. I guess.
I don't think so. I mean, you're not the most talkative guy, but that's fine with me because then I can talk more. That's what I'm doing for a living, more or less. But yeah, like what I'm really looking into or forward to is like that you give me some insights where my knowledge is just limited due to being just a scrub rank. I don't know even what rank I am, 9 or 10 or something like that. Since I'm only playing solo. And hey, I made it that far solo with like 3 games a day maximum for dailies. That's good, isn't it? Come on.
Well, it's not too bad. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean, I only have time to make dailies every day, so I'm playing like 3 games or 2 when the dailies are 2 games, and that's it. And so slowly and steadily, I'm climbing in rank every time I do a daily, so it's all good. What? No Romanian cast? No, I'm sorry guys in the chat, there is no Romanian cast. Because they are actually not Romanian casters for Heroes of the Storm. If you know anyone who's casting Romanian, then send him to me, Heflemog on all social media, because then we can get him in on this event. We are open for all the other languages that want to come. Either way, waiting for 7 more players right here. And tell me something about the next steps, by the way, of SK Gaming. I'm curious. I mean, I did the interview with you guys on the DreamHack. You dropped pretty early in the loser bracket, but there you did like a nice little uproar, won a game, and we were actually almost looking at a SK Gaming proceeding there through the loser bracket. In the end, it didn't really work out, but it was still a nice tournament, everything considered. And you guys were, I mean, super friendly. You apparently enjoyed the event. I saw the pictures of you guys, I don't know, being on the venue everywhere, and you can also see it on the. You were on the interview, right? With me.
Nope, that was Raven Aragi who did the interview.
Yeah, Raven Aragi, you were just there looking. Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind that. But see,
providing moral support for the interview. That's what I was thinking.
I almost get the entire SK Gaming team now. I got 2 on interviews on the DreamHack. Now I got 1 in the cast. So I just need to get Snitch, I don't know, in another project, and let's see how we get the 5th one into something. No, Snitch is gonna be a photo model or something.
Yeah, he does really good at that actually. It's the hair.
Yeah, Snitch. I don't know. Snitch is one of those really, I don't know, cheering personalities. You can't really have a bad mood around him. He's always, I don't know, something. It's always something to laugh. Always something to cheer. Either way, have you guys played against Well Matt in the past quite often?
We played against them fairly recently with this lineup in the Major League, and we lost 2-1.
Yeah.
So I think that's the most recent game against them. Not too sure. I don't remember any others. So I think they're actually quite a strong team. I think a lot of people underestimate them as well.
Yep. I mean, for them it's also like they always kind of fail on the finishing line. They do quite decent on the way, but then when it comes to like if they meet teams of similar skill, then it's not always enough for number 1. Then unfortunately in the new format we chose here for cup number 2 of Enter the Storm, like you actually have to make the first place to actually get qualified. Besides, of course, the teams that are already qualified from cup number 1. But yeah, you're qualified as well, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, we're not.
Whoa.
We lost to Navi in the first cup.
Yeah.
We beat Complexity, and then we lost again, I think, to Gamers 2.
Yeah, Gamers 2. Ah, well. Gamers 2, they look strong at the moment, so I don't know. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Either way, you're gonna participate with the team here in cup number 2 at some point?
That is the plan.
That is the plan. So you wait till like all the good teams qualified and then you go for it in cup, like, I don't know, in qualifier 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that.
Well, at the moment we actually don't have a 5th player.
Oh, who's out?
Aragi.
Oh, Aragi. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't even know the news. Okay. Oh, yesterday Tetcha actually told me. Never mind that. Tetcha actually told me that you were looking for a 5. Either way, guys, we're hopping here into this draft. We have Sports Billy on the left side, Team Blue on that right wing. In the mid, we're gonna have Shadowmara on that Tasada. Sovaold. I have no idea how to actually pronounce his name. Sovold on the Jaina. Hazo OBS is playing that Vikings, and top we have Soccer. I think he's German or something with that name. You know, he's on the ETC. You want to introduce the other side?
So on the other side, we have Myfurion and Zagara in the top lane. We have Sylvanas and Diablo in the mid lane. And we have Uther in the bot lane. This is Sean on the Uther. We have... I'm sorry, it's a Russian name, I don't know how to pronounce it, on Sylvanas.
Oh, I can tell you. That's Kali-Yuga. Kali-Yuga.
Kali-Yuga?
Yeah, Kali-Yuga.
Kali-Yuga, okay. Tenik on Diablo, Antul on Myfurion, and Hansler on Zagara.
Yeah, Kanzler. That's also a kind of German sort of thing. It means chancellor. It's like Chancellor Merkel, the chancellor of Germany. Yeah. And Kali-Yuga, that's like also with Cyrillic. It's either Serbian, Bulgarian, or Russian, something like that. I'm glad I had it in school, so I know exactly what it means. I mean, yeah. Either way, let's see where we have the first aggression coming out. I mean, bottom lane, that Uther versus Brightwing, that's not gonna end anywhere. I think even Brightwing should be victorious in that lane. And actually, the Uther is getting really, really low at the moment. I mean, he won't die, but it's kind of nice to see that the Brightwing is applying some pressure. Top, everything is full of, like, cigar spawns, so I don't know if Jaina is actually gonna be able to destroy some of that creep. And we have some rotation here, like with Sylvanas coming in, they probably try to apply some pressure in that top lane.
No, they definitely have tower potential here. They have Zagara and the Sylvanas.
Yep, that's definitely a target I have to focus in the mid. Well, the Diablo against Vikings, and with Soccer rotating now in the bottom lane to maybe win the pressure over there. That's actually quite nice, I have to say. The ETC plus the right wing should be enough pressure on the Uther, maybe even get something done, but no, actually it's the right wing dropping. He goes into top lane. We also have our first tribute right here. We have to see how it's going at the moment. Kanzler, he is pretty aggressive still on the buildings, but HP wise, it's pretty good on both sides. They're starting almost full HP into this tribute fight.
I would have liked that rotation to send ETC bot and thing right wing up, but obviously the tribute spawned right at that moment, so it actually ended up not being the correct move.
Yep, and now finally also the tank arrives here, and is Sean a target? No, at the moment there's nothing really going on. They still try to tag that tribute, but it's not really working. Maybe Kanzler now, he's channeling it through, got interrupted once, but I don't know if he even got interrupted. It looked like he interrupted himself. Tasada is doing a good job, but the problem is at the moment they're losing so much HP on Velmet's side, so maybe Antral is making it possible. Yes, that's our first tribute, so that's not the way it was supposed to work, because like pretty much all of them left the lanes. But there's one good thing, Vikings is taking charge of the experience train here.
Yeah, so this is what I mentioned in the draft. So at the actual tribute fights, the Fahrenheit team should have it pretty easy. They have like a strong sustain team, they have decent poke, and they have like good frontline presence. But like the Vikings just soak, so it's not really that beneficial when they just lose half a level to actually get the tribute.
Yep. I mean, at the moment, it's not even a half a level they get as advantage. Tasada spots out that they go here for this cruiser camp, but at the same time we have Brightwing. Yes, I think he picked up, yeah, the bribe, so he goes for the easy camps, maybe even might be able to steal it on the other side at some point. And let's see, maybe with that pressure in the mid, it's something we can look forward to. Fahrenheit applying some pressure in the mid, but at the moment with the Vikings and everything, there's enough defense, and there's another tribute, so if everybody goes for this tribute, then of course the cruisers can do some damage, but let's see, it's so close to Wellmet's base, I think we might see Fahrenheit even dropping that tribute completely.
This is actually a really beneficial position for the red side. Something a lot of people don't realise. The main reason is they can actually soak the mid lane while contesting this tribute, but the blue team can. However, a lot of people look at the way that you did, whereas it's closer to the blue team base, it's like a favourable tribute for blue. But if you can stall that fight out, it's actually very beneficial for the red team.
Okay, that's something interesting. I never heard someone actually saying this, that like it might be beneficial. I mean, it's close to the mid, but still, like the problem is like that the stone wall you have there is sort of locking one side out, so the harass through the wall is kind of hard. You need ranged for that, and they can, I guess, block you out. That's how I understood it so far, but yeah, see.
Yeah, they have Cigar and Mount Fury in there, so
yeah.
they actually have quite a lot of delay as well.
Exactly, I mean, you always have the Moonfire spam. Oh, top lane, yeah, that's quite some nice damage here on Antler already, but no, it's not gonna end in the kill. Tasada has to go back, he's pretty low already, so it's just a bit forth and back at the moment. The good thing is the nice and always sustained heal by Brightwing. If you leave them alone for a tiny bit, then everything should be fine, but oh, this is pretty far out, you shouldn't be there, and whoa. Sylvanas was a bit eager there, and in the end Jaina is saying, okay, no problem, I'm just gonna burst you down.
Yeah, a really nice polymorph from the Bright React. He waited until the Sylvanas wanted to press E and then just polymorph. And that just stops her teleporting.
Look at the ETC, he just snacks that tribute, there's no one contesting it. The Uther would be in range to stall some time, but they weren't even interested. At the moment we have level 10 versus 9 situation, and with that, oh look at the Sagara! Oh my god, and he actually skilled the force wall in a beautiful position, and now they transition directly into the boss.
That's interesting stage though. They are level 10, so they should be able to get this relatively free, especially since they're a man up.
But look at the rotation. Like Diablo's coming in, Sylvanas is coming in, the boss is pretty low. Do they actually go for something? There's the wall just blocking them out, and yes, the boss is definitely going in their favor. They're gonna be rooted for a second, but that's pretty much it.
It's almost level 10 here for Fahrenheit. They might be able to take a fight here. They're quite far down, and this is going to be the curse tribute for well met, so they really do need to do something here.
Yep, I don't think they can even contest this tribute. This is going to well met. Oh my goodness, Sean here a bit out of position, and that wall!
Oh,
that
really
wall!
Nice force wall from Shadow Man.
Jesus Christ, this wall is doing so much work already. It was responsible for the Sagara kill, it was responsible for the Uther kill right now, it was blocking the incoming rotation to contest the boss. They have a curse now, they rotate directly bottom to their boss, which is I guess the right thing to do. Brightwing could even go and snack the enemy Augur camp if he wants to. I think he has enough bribe by now as well, so well, at the moment it's well met, just dictating the terms of this game.
It definitely is, yeah. There's just much superior map rotations coming out from them.
Well, and let's see what's actually coming here. Sylvanas. Oh, are you a tiny bit out of position? No, actually they blocked them more or less out, but now we have an all-out fight. There's the Diablo coming in, but I'm not really sure. Look at the stage dive. It's gonna hit all 4 people, and the Sagara being super low. There's the Apocalypse. Not really stunning anyone. The boat is doing nice amount of damage. Everybody is retreating already. They lost one, and they'll probably lose a second one right here. If Diablo doesn't move right now, he's the number 3. Yes, he's gonna fall.
The boat gets a full channel off in that fight.
Jesus. That really hurt. That boat, I mean, we're looking now at 2 levels. They transition directly into breaking the base. This might be at 8 minutes, at 9 minutes maybe, our first keep that's falling.
It's definitely possible. The curse has wore off though. They are still a talent up, and again a nice force wall catching the youth around.
Yep, these walls are doing actually work. I like this Tassada build.
They fall out.
I mean, they're definitely gonna lose this fort. The boss alone will just do it, but the question is, can they actually get something done in the meantime? At the moment, it's just the Viking being a tiny bit out of position, but of course the siege, it still continues. Look at that golem, still on a third of its HP. Even if they leave the golem now, the keep should fall, or actually, is it going? Right wing is driving those, and the keep, it's alive. Someone come in and just kill it.
The keep survives with about 50 hit points there. I would say unlucky, but I mean they had plenty of opportunities to. That's it. They just decided to back out. So.
But then again, look at the levels at the moment. They're still more than 2 levels ahead. They pretty much paint the entire map blue, and Fahrenheit. Well, they can only take their current Brucey camp on their side. That's pretty much it. Top, even gonna get the ogres killed. So in the end, this is definitely going. I know, in Wellmat's favor, just because of the XP. I don't know if they wait till level 16 for a fight, or if they feel comfortable right now, but Fahrenheit, they have to come out with something right now.
Yeah, as soon as they hit 13, they're going to need to force something. Wellmat will be close to 16 by that point.
Yep, at the moment, 12-14, and it's a tiny bit standoff. We have Sean not being here. He was still on top lane. Now he's rotating into the mid. The ETC, of course, he doesn't need to be close. He can just stage dive in, stage dive. Everything is ready again. All the ultimates, of course. And at the moment, it's really just about getting those bruises pushed out. They're dead. And we have top, of course, ogres pushing in, as well as the ETC bottom, and the new tribute spawns. But maybe they grabbed the Tassada. I mean, he's trying to get out, but another force ball, and he singled out that one target. It hits the Diablo. He's so low already. He's going back. There's some more, but just hitting one Apocalypse. Not really hitting anyone,
nice
just 2
nice
targets. But look
as
at
well.
this. Oh Jesus! This is not going well. Another force wall just separating them. Finally, Diablo is going down. I mean, he respawns really shortly, but out for this fight. The Uther is the next target. Well, he has to run away. ETC is chasing him, or at the moment it's more or less the Pride Wing. There is gonna be a Hex, or maybe even the Vikings body blocking. That's what's happening right now. There's Diablo.
Diablo is back though.
Oh, Diablo coming back in, but I think he just. Oh my God, Diablo! He was just fresh in the fight. 2 seconds, and he's dying right there. Oh my goodness.
And they will now get the key.
Finally.
Themselves from earlier.
I mean, that keep was just 1 hit away from being killed. And now the question is, well, Matt, do they pursue more? Do they go in the mid, or do they just go for another tribute? At the moment, nobody took that tribute anyway. Nobody was left behind to take the tribute. There's option 1, go through the mid, or wait for the bosses to respawn. I mean, top is respawning right now, and of course then by that time they're done. Bottom is just a minute away. So what do you think they're gonna do right now?
Yeah, so I think they should just go for the enemy boss at this point. Their entire talent up, a whole 3 levels, they shouldn't be able to come in. Fahrenheit, that is.
And the problem is Shadowmara. He can easily just push them out and block them out with that force ball. It's horrible to actually see this. If anyone is just coming too close, they will go for it. But at the moment, having the boss plus a team fight might be a bit too much to swallow there. So well met. They're taking it slowly, and Sagara! Oh God, that force ball just blowing him to pieces. Nothing can be done there, and now everything is just falling apart. Antral, he's trying to do something with the Tranquility, healing his team, but it's not really working at the moment. There's a Divine Shield coming out on Sagara. He survives, but in the end, Malfurion is going down in his own base. They follow the second healer and the Diablo. The tank is down. And do they even follow that Uther? It really looks like it, but no, they just stop at the keep, and well, it's a two-man defense only, and that keep is definitely going down. If they're done with the keep, they can just go back to the boss and like nothing happened.
Yeah. This really short death time is actually coming out on the side of Fahrenheit. Takara's already back up, my Furion's almost back up. So again, they can try again for this boss fight. It didn't go too well the first time. I don't expect it to go well this time, but they definitely can try again.
Yeah, and the problem is Brightwing is gonna take the tribute. He's successful now bottom, and he can just come in, which he's doing right now. I mean, they're pretty low HP. Tassadar especially, he has to be careful, but there's the blink heal, and the boss is already taken. Do we see another force ball singling out just one target? That's what they did, but at the moment I think they just go for a retreat. The problem is now Fahrenheit. You have a boss walking towards your base. There's only there's not even a there's one tower left where the golem is getting stuff for a tiny bit, but ETC is coming in. They try to single out Zagara again. Nice force ball, and is it enough damage? They still want to focus on her, but there's the divine shield selling some time, and the Diablo is the one they sacrifice, and this time he does not have enough souls. He's not coming back in time, so Zagara trying to do something, but he's running directly into a stun. No, it's Sean getting stunned and force walled there. So two are pretty much down, and I think now we finally see the GG push, because that's almost a full HP golem. Okay, the golem getting distracted.
Getting distracted by that tower.
That one tower just getting the golem, and oh, the Maw just getting everything in, but nice wailing arrow on the Viking.
Boss is still distracted by the... Oh my god, what is going on with the boss?
I've never seen this before.
Nor have I.
I've never seen this before in any game, that the golem actually goes for that tower and then rotates to the keep. But I guess for well met, it's not too bad. I mean, they could have gone core here. Instead, they just got the keep. The tier 2 defense line is broken. They're gonna get the curse right now. Look at Hazu OBS is gonna get it, and that means they just push into the base with the second golem here.
I mean, as we can see, the core's actually already taking a ton of damage from just the minions in the bot lane. So, they're going to take another boss here, and unless this boss gets distracted as well, this is definitely the GG push.
Well, about distracted, there's not much left to actually distract the boss. There's only that keep in the mid, and this time the trajectory of this boss should not actually come close to this keep. So I think we are looking at a GG push right now. We have 35 seconds on the curse, so top, mid, everything is pushing in. They're really trying their best. Fahrenheit is not giving up, but they have to win this fight and kill the boss really, really fast. I mean, the good thing is the core has back some shield, but I'm not really sure if that's enough. And let's see, look, they probably even finished the keep. No, actually they let the keep be there. And oh, Sean being again stunned by the boss. Force wall, Diablo is trying to come in. Apocalypse, no, now it's coming, but it's not really hitting anyone. It's just on the ETC, but he doesn't care. Chancellor just being even rooted by the boss. The Maw getting 2 people, but it's already too late. The core is down. Well met, as expected, pretty much winning this. But it was a funny game, especially the boss.
It's very interesting to see the boss get lost as he was pushing into the keep. I've never seen that, so...
Well, see, this is... The cast with Heflamoke is always something educational. You always learn something new. Either way, that means Fahrenheit is out of the qualifier number 4. And looking at the bracket, I'm not quite sure if we have already something else played, but in theory we could go into round 3. And yes, Mad Corps, they won versus HTS, which means well Mad, they're gonna go in round number 3 of this qualifier against Mad Corps. So this is the next game that will be up on stream. We're gonna take a break for 5 seconds. The very nice guy with me you hear today, that's Mr. SK Bakery. You can also follow him on Twitter, of course, on SK_Bakery, but you probably know him by now. Anyway guys, 5 minutes. Check the bracket with !bracket in the Twitch chat, and we are coming back in 5 minutes. Be right back.